Virginia Tech, got the chopper just to make them wet. Dynamite around my vest. We G59 terrorists. Keep throwing threats, and I'll keep yawning like a cigarette. You just keep on talking. Watch where you tread, just watch where you walking. I'm from Vietnam, Lebanon, Elvin Rollins. The smell is there, the soul so familiar. I'm that silhouette.
And he will destroy to an extraordinary degree, and prosper and perform his will. And he's seen as a sign of the times. We are living in apocalyptic times. Global warming.
Welcome everyone to the Best Damn Podcast. I am your host, John Keene. As always, I would like to thank you guys for joining me. Ask that you please add, follow, and check us out. www.spreaker.com/user/Best Damn Podcast. Also check out the bestdampodcast.tv. Follow me, Instagram at Best Damn Podcast, Twitter at The Real Best Damn, and wherever you're watching from, please make sure to subscribe, follow, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and please share the links, share them, get it out there the way new people can see us, and keep in mind, reviewer powered. So if you'd like to donate and support to the channel, links are in the description below. You can get it on the action for the private content. You can book a tarot reading, just all types of cool stuff. Check that out. All the details are in the description. Let's see who we have here in the chat. Looks like we have Lisa Binky, Know Thyself, Blanca Reed, Shelly Philippi, Shanifni for the Great White North, Marcus99, Juan Munoz. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for joining me. I see somebody in there saying that they hope nobody was mean to them today. So everybody be cool to the new people, guys. Jethro Hull, Up Yours 73, Stool Perger, Tim Hamby. That's what's up, guys. That's what's up. HC Holbert, peace. Peace for show. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get into this. We're not gonna screw around too much. Getting into this one tonight, we're gonna be talking about quite a few things actually. The intense effects that are going to be and are beginning to be a consequence of the next phase, the next wave that has been launched. I have to choose my words really carefully on the public platforms, but I am going to try to illustrate something to you tonight and show you exactly where we're at. And if I'm successful in doing so, maybe some of you guys will start taking some of these things, a little bit more serious and understand that all of this was incredibly premeditated. You have to ask yourself, why is in each country, in each nation, why is there departments of defense, the ones that are involved with this agenda? Is it a war? If so, on who? Why are people taken to the streets, protesting, rioting, basically expressing, that they're not happy with this at all? And there is not just a small little bit, even though the mainstream media goes right into discrediting and delegitimizing the concerns of the masses. And that's if anybody can even see that it ever happened, right? Because we know that it's all filtered out if it has any negative connotation associated with this whatsoever as well. Which is, none of those things are suspect at all, by the way. Not even a little bit. But the governments of the world, the people, these politicians are not listening, right? They don't even bring it up. They don't give a fuck. They're like, so what? There could be millions of you out there. We don't care. Why? Why? Why is there this mass movement to go into digital everything? Oh, we're going to make it easy and we're going to make it convenient for you to be our slave. Awesome. And you gotta love how the media paints everything too, right? Here's an example in particular: the pilots, right? They were making it appear as if all the pilots that walked away from their jobs were somehow, motivated to undermine your ability to travel, and that it was like a political thing, and it was absolute insanity, when the truth be told, the flights were all being delayed and grounded because they didn't have enough people to fly the fucking planes, right? But you see how they flip these things, and they make them seem like, well, shame on you, right, for walking away. Or when they was deploying the Federal Emergency Management Agency to a lot of these hospitals to replace all the people that left them. We seen videos. We showed this mostly private content, but we showed how they were telling the people that was leaving or the people that was still around, like those employees that were saying, yeah, they had a choice and all of this. And it's like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Or how about all the loopholes and exemptions and all of these different things that were supposed to be available to people based on religious beliefs and principles, their health. And tell me how many cases you've seen of that actually kind of be A-okay. I'll wait. Matter of fact, they have this 6-question survey that employers are supposed to give to the employees when they declare that, and it determines if they're religious enough. I mean, there's no, there's not supposed to be a separation of church and state and all of that, is there? Right? They've always kept out of these kind of things for the most part. But now all of a sudden they're going to tell you if you love Jesus enough or Buddha enough or whatever, right? You learned today how to stop any magistrate and police enforcer with, that's cool, lower class, and I love you, bro. Nice to see you. But what you're learning is assuming that these people are following the rules, that they're abiding by the laws, that they're abiding by the United States Constitution, right? And that's not the case anymore. That's not the case anymore. And they've slipped it under the rug, right under everybody's noses, right in front of everybody's face. But people are so distracted, usually with themselves, if we're being honest. Usually with themselves. But they're so distracted with their jobs, their everyday life, chasing money, some people chasing other things. It's like they weren't aware that when the national emergency was declared, it stripped all of that away. Like the Constitution and all of those different legalities that protected you, that were put in place for your protection against a tyrannical government, they were gone. They were gone. So when you see them making moves like that, and you're like, well, fuck, that's unconstitutional as hell. It's like, yeah, of course it is. That's why we declared an emergency. Right? That way we could do unconstitutional things. And now we're trying to make it permanent everywhere. Now we're trying to make it permanent everywhere. Remember those fucking conspiracy theorists that kept telling you they were going to put you in camps and all this crazy shit? Oh, yeah. They're still crazy and they're wrong, but we're going to put you in camps and shit. Great. Right? Good times. Good times. Or they said they wouldn't require none of this by law yet. So tonight we're going to go through a lot of these different things. And I've got some other stuff to show you as well that's going on right now. It is just absolute insanity right now, guys. Like, I can't put it any plainer than that. I can't. I don't know what else to tell people when it comes to this. If you're not with the program by now, you may never be. You probably won't be if we're keeping it real here. A lot of us for years now have been in preparation for this time right now. And, if you're not get yourself in gear spiritually first and foremost. Get in tune there. Get right with you. Get right with God, your creator, whatever you're into. Get right. Right? Get right. That way you can be level-headed and centered and balanced and strong for all of the things that are to come. It's not a fear thing, and I'm not telling you to prepare to hop in a casket either. I'm telling you, you need to be the best version of you. That way you can navigate the waters that you know are getting pretty fucking choppy. You can see that. You can observe that. Right? Also, people need to make preparations for the physical as well, because this physical vehicle has to be taken care of first. Then, emotionally, spiritually, all of that, but we can't live without food. We can't live without water. No matter if we're fucking Gandhi, you know what I mean? You can only go like 40 days without food, like 2 weeks without water, and you're done. So, it would be kind of a smart plan to have some of those things, especially if you don't plan on capitulating. Now, if you plan on rolling over, laying down, and just going along with whatever, I mean, I guess that's on you, but you probably won't have as much to worry about. Right? But we're seeing now where they're requiring these passes, and they're requiring all this stuff to enter, to get your groceries, or you're being denied for transplants, and just the list goes on and on. And you know what? I think it's almost hilarious. It's not funny though, but it's almost hilarious how all these so-called prophets and shit on YouTube and on TV and just all over the damn internet, right, have told you all that this isn't the mark. Right? That it isn't. That you would be raptured before any of these things came or happened or any of it. You would be gone. No big deal. Let the world burn. You and God are rolling out in your spaceship. Right? That doesn't appear like it's happening, does it? You're still here. These are the same religious institutions, the same organized corporate religious institutions that missed the great sign in heaven, right? They missed the 1,260 days that marked the final 42 months, the next sign. They missed the fact, they love to hail Trump and how great he was, but missed the fact he was probably the first beast of Revelation. He took the wound, the scourge, the affliction to the head and lived. They missed the whole story about Cyrus. They love to call him King Cyrus, but they forgot how that fucking story ended, I guess, for whatever reason, right? He was minted on the gold coin. He was the outsider who became the king of Babylon, and Babylon fell in his 4th year. That's the story. And lo and behold, as he was leaving, what happened again? Oh, razor wire around D.C., 30,000 troops occupying the nation's capital, and all 50 states, National Guard, and federal agents for Operation Legend. They missed that part, though, I guess. Right? Too busy waiting on their spaceship to come get them. Yeah, I've seen that, Justin. The guy that does reverse speech technology, is it David Oates? He has a video showing a pastor, and the pastor says something about Satan or children or something. It's fucking wacky. It's wild. It's wild. You don't want to be harvested. That's why you stopped eating meat. But you're wondering what happens if you don't get harvested? Shit. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to try to be like a vegetarian snack for the aliens, the demons, the fallen? You're like, I'm not eating meat, so I'm going to be really healthy with greens. That way I taste good when you eat me. The harvest to me is not them eating us, it's eating our souls. It's a big difference. And it's an energetic harvest. Remember, we live in a electromagnetic, holographic reality. And because of that, and Genesis says it, right? We are a phantom, a projection, an illusion right here. The lower carnal nature, right? It's a sound vibration, low density, allowing us to creating a vehicle to allow our spirit to experience the third dimensional reality, which is kind of the launching pad to go up or down Jacob's ladder, right? And because of that, we live under this illusion of, how real all of this is, and we're stuck between duality of good and evil and all this crazy shit. Well, nobody is even paying attention to the fact that they're prepping the world for this, and we read this document on the Lucifer complex and the Yahweh complex, and that there's a 98% negative harvest. 98% negative harvest. So, kind of chop that up a little bit. What do you get? That means almost everyone in the world is going to be on the side of the negativity, and they're all going to be put through the great filter, so to speak. The remnant, or 144,000, also sound like they will be harvested as well, but it's a different type of harvest. They will be put in what you call ships or vessels also, so they're probably also going to go to a planet of some sort. Or become part of a star or whatever. But they got, they're going to get you too, right? And here's the thing. At this point, knowing all we know, seeing all we've seen, it's you just got to trust God, dude. Straight up. You got to trust that all of this is for your greater good. Because if you analyze it, you examine it, and you look at it over and over and over, you're going to only have the limited understanding that you have, or what you think you have, right? And it's going to bring you to some dark conclusions because the information you have comes from mostly dark people, right? That have spun webs of lies around you for centuries, millennia, because they were in preparation for this specific time. There is a war going on. It's a war in heaven, but that war in heaven is being fought right here, right now, and we are the light. We are on the side of the Most High God, the true Creator, Christ. That's who we are. That's the energy we carry. And there's a battle between those who run the world and us. A shift, from the few to the many. From the rich to the meek. Darkness to light. That's what the crossing, the transition is all about. That's why the Great Conjunction, what happens at that Great Conjunction when the age ends and we now move into the age of Aquarius? What happened? Jupiter usurped Saturn and the sky. That was symbolic of the transition, the change that was happening here with us. Justice, the shining one, usurped the God of this world, usurped law, order, restriction, darkness. And that's why we've just taken off like big time since that point. I mean, yeah, there was some very significant things, right? A couple of months later, an enormous red dragon appeared, right? The next sign, and the final beast agenda kicked off. 99942, which we've now watched ourselves kind of meticulously. And did I not tell you this was coming too, right? We talked about being yoked into servitude through law or obligation. We talked about the red horse taking peace, butchering, sacrificing. We talked about the white horse conquering and to conquer, subduing the world. We've talked about all of it. The green horse and the green agenda, build back better, 666, blah, blah, blah. We've talked about all of it. We've talked about all of it. Death and Hades. Remember, I showed you the image as well that was on Jacob Israel's channel where you could see, PX or Nemesis. And right behind it was Pluto. Hades. Death and Hades. Death and Hades. Now we're watching not only yoking into servitude through the laws and obligations. That's already happening. Now it's killing a fourth of the world's population. And that's why we see this new variant. And I told you guys it would have a name very similar to Omega. Omicron. This is the 15th letter of the Greek alphabet. If you guys know anything about 15, here, let me show you. But it is symbolic for the Masonic black cube, right? The Saturnian death cult Saturn worship, right? That's what it is. 1 plus 5, 1 plus 5, 1 plus 5 equals 666. So that 15, right? That's where that comes in. Also, in numerology, you would drop that 1. And there's two versions of numerology. There's Pythagorean and there's Chaldean. So if you drop that 1, it's 5. The pentacle, the pentagram, right? Or if you add that 5, it's 6. The 6 god. Right? So either way you look at this, or the 1, the 15. Either way you look at it, right? And why does this not have the good definition in here? Hold on. Sorry, guys. Let's find this etymology of the word. Literally means small, micro, compared to omega. Compared to omega. 15th letter of the alphabet from a character that in Phoenician, sorry, I said that wrong. Let me make this bigger so you can see it, fam. And let me turn on some sound for when I start cranking videos through your ears. Here we go. Let's go deep. Put on your fucking scuba gear, guys. We're going to do a deep dive tonight. Okay. The 15th letter of the alphabet from a character that in Phoenician was called Ain. Literally, eye. Woo, boy. The eye. The eye. Right? Eye. The all-seeing eye. Represented a very peculiar, and to us, unpronounceable, guttural. So they're trying to say that the Ain, or whatever the word called Ain, was like a guttural sound, right? Remember, the true language of humanity is the heart language. That's why when we have pain, we say, ow, right? Ow, right? Ah, from pleasure, right? Or when we're laughing, ha, 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 right? Like, these are the true language of humanity. Or when you're listening to Aleister Crowley and sacrificing chickens at home while watching 1983 videos of MTV, right? Or is that just me? Okay, never mind. Don't pay attention to the last part. The Greek also lacked the sound, so when they adopted the Phoenician letters, they arbitrarily changed the O's value to a vowel. Thus, there is no grounds for the belief that the form of the letter represents the shape of the mouth in pronouncing. The Greeks later added in a special character for long, O, omega, and the original became little o, Omicron. What, motherfucker? So you have the big O, the capital version is omega, and the lower, or the little soul, the little version is called Omicron. How about that? Isn't that pretty damn cool, considering we have a big soul and a little soul, right? A higher nature and a lower nature, a greater key and a lesser key. Oh, man. In Middle English and later colloquial use, or OCAN can be an abbreviation of an or of, and is still literary in some words. O'clock, Jack O'Lantern, Tam O'Shanter, 9 O'Tails, until the O'Wis. And the O, the common prefix in the Irish surname from the Irish, Old Irish, or descendant. The connective O is usually connecting the vowel and the compounds in the former. It's often the vowel or the stem. It's affixed not only in terms of the Greek origin, but can also be derived from the Latin compounds which have been formed with the L, connecting and reduced thematic vowel, especially which compounds are wanted with the sense of the Latin composition, even if possible, which would not warrant, which would be authorized by the principles of the Greek composition. OED, ed. A 0 in Arabic numerals is attested from circa 1600 from the similarity of the shape. Similarly, the O blood type. What? The O blood type in Aramaic or Arabic. It was originally 0, denoting the absence of A and B agglutinogens, and as a gauge of tracking model railroads by 95, or as an O interjection of fear, surprise, joy, etc. See O. Now, in the use of the colloquial or slang suffix wino, ammo, combo, kiddo, the names of the Marx Brothers, etc., it's widespread in English-speaking countries, but nowhere more so than Australia. So you have micro, small in size or extent, microscopic, and then omega in contrast. Cool. Wow. That's pretty interesting. And what is omega, guys? Does anybody know? In the phonetic terms, the ancient Greek is a long open mid comparable to the vowel of the English. And why is it not telling us the most important part of it? Right? I am the alpha and the omega, the beginning and the end. So we just got out of delta. And remember, 5 waves, right? 5 for the pentagram, the pentacle. Okay? 5. And we just got out of delta, which is 4, right? 4. In delta, like D wave, the deltoid, right? Or which it's all to do with quantum computation and all of that. We already know that, right? The snipping of the astral cord, warp speed, Divock 91, which means to separate the soul from its mate when you invert the word in Hebrew. The delta means the REM state of sleep. It's a brainwave. It's a REM state of sleep. Delta, right? And now we come into Omicron, which is basically the micro, right? Or the little, and it's a version of Omega. So they didn't go to Omega for you, right? I told you. How did I call the name of this? Is anybody wondering how I told you the name ahead of time? Is anybody just wondering, like, how did this guy know the name of the next variant? Could it be because they're actually using occultic methods to pull this off on the entire population? Could it be that? Right? Delta wave puts you in the REM sleep. They're putting you to sleep. Now Omega, what does that mean? What would they be doing if they were doing that? Yeah. Alpha and Omega. You're not in a rock band any longer? You're tired of babysitting grown men? You are not Jethro Tull, bro. Get out of here with all that. That's funny, though. Omicron is an anagram for moronic. Nice call, Shanif of the Great White North. John, drink some green tea and honey and a splash of lemon, bro. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. Oh, it's funny, though. It's funny, bro. Yeah, so you see what's going on with all of this, guys. Now, let's jump in. Let's show you some of this weird shit that's happening. Let me go here first. Let me hit you with this, baby. Military police raid plane to arrest couple trying to flee quarantine. Say what? Military police raid plane to arrest couple trying to flee quarantine. Wow. The Royal Netherlands, Marrakesh, and Schiphol have arrested a couple this evening who fled from a quarantine hotel. The arrest took place on a plane that was about to take off. Does anybody not think that this is fucking nuts? And this is, watch, I'm going to show you so many countries where the shit is just hitting the fan with all of this. It's not even funny. Here, I need to make it a little bit bigger. And if I sound like I'm got a sore throat and I'm breathing through my nose, I do just a little bit. The country, so I apologize. Maybe that'll help. The country is on high alert after a dozen cases of the new Omicron were discovered, and among airline passengers before all 27 EU member states agreed to temporarily ban travel from 7 southern African nations on Friday. All recent arrivals into the Netherlands from South Africa, as well as Botswana, Malawi, Lesotho, Eswatini, Nambia, Mozambique, and Zimbabwe have been required to be tested and quarantined until their results are known, even if they are jabbed. Some 61 out of a total of 624 passengers tested positive. So, the Dutch National Institute for Health warned that, quote, the new variant may be found in more test samples. Quote, we will control whether they keep to those rules, Dutch Health Minister Hugo de Jong declared on Sunday, just hours before the escape attempt. What? They escaped jail? No, they didn't escape jail. They weren't criminals. They just didn't stay locked down by their government. The escape attempt. They are normalizing this shit, homie. Straight up, they are normalizing this shit. Somebody hit me with an Omicron over here or something. Yeah, let's see what we have. Also, Omicron, microRNA that is associated with cancer. MicroRNAs are short RNA molecules for 22 nucleotides and linked, essentially, specifically target certain messengers to prevent them from coding for a specific protein. That's strange. That's a strange coincidence. What a coinkydink. All right, now check this one out. This is pretty gnarly too. The WHO is seeking a new treaty on handling future pandemics. It could be a hard sell. You think, Bob? Right? I'm not sure everybody wants to go into a totalitarian system. You pushed us with democracy for, how long now? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait, fuck democracy. Now we got a new idea, okay? Still be patriotic about your country and all of that, but we got a new idea. What the hell? Did I just lose my video here? I'm feeling salty right now. Hold on, guys. God bless it. What's up? There we go. Let's go into this. And remember, the WHO, that's that white horse, right? To wreathe or to twine. There's the Stephanos. There's a serpent on the scepter, the serpent on the staff, with the world in the crosshairs here with 33 sections. Them in the UN. The World Health Organization is convening a special session of its governing body, the World Health Assembly, to start talks on a new global treaty covering pandemics. Representatives of WHO's 194 member states will meet virtually for 3 days, starting on Monday, to consider new international rules for handling future outbreaks. The head of the World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, said that the world has not worked well together to confront the new current pandemic. Quote, everybody has seen to what extent we were really disorganized and have all seen the failures of the global system. I'm not sure I've seen that. It looked like the whole world's governments in unison did all the same things, used all the same tactics. They all shut down and censored the net at the same time. They all had built the same type of camps. They have all required the same type of things through the same type of laws. I'm not seeing what I'm not that smart, so don't go with what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, right? I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I don't know about that. Now, we don't have rules of the game. What? Those failures during the current pandemic have been many. The first was a slow response to containing the initial outbreak, says public health specialists. They also point to the conflicts over the lack of transparency and information sharing. Motherfuckers. How about this? They're saying a slow response to containing it. They locked the whole world down. They locked the whole world down, kicked in fucking travel restrictions and testing and all of that. What are they talking about? And how about this? The lack of transparency and information sharing. You stopped all the information. And you gave everyone strikes and removed their videos and kicked them off of all the different platforms and social medias for even speaking about the shit. Particularly by China. Matter of fact, no, China shut it down. As soon as they got the U.S. involved and we started waxing our own citizens' ass with this shit, all of a sudden China went back to normal. You didn't see nothing else out of China at all. Some countries were accused of hoarding medical supplies. No. They basically federalized a lot of the manufacturing that took place in the United States through the Defense Authorization Act, during the National Stafford Disaster Act, right? They were using like 3M and all these fucking major companies, and they were essentially forcing them to do what they said, and they crushed private business owners with this all in one foul swoop. Remember, they were like supposed to have this relief for all the business owners, and the Los Angeles Lakers and shit got it instead of regular people. Does anybody remember that? Is this just me? Hello? Is this thing on? I don't know, man. Just saying. And then, when they were finally developed, poorer nations have complained that they weren't shared equitably. A final concern, the experts say, the global response to the crisis is led by an underfunded World Health Organization that has no power to force any nation to do anything. Are you fucking kidding me? Underfunded? You're an unelected private corporation fucking slinging your dick around, making everybody bow down. What are you talking about? They didn't have the power to force anybody. That's because you're not a country. You're a unelected group that's part of a private corporation with a bunch of rich fucks that belong to a bunch of other nefarious private corporations in the military-industrial complex, in every fucking vile industry you can think of, that are professed eugenists and all kinds of shit. What do you, like... Poor WHO. The poor World Health Organization. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. You didn't get to force it on everybody. The idea behind this upcoming session of the World Health Assembly, Tedros says, is to start sketching out a new world order to handle future health crises. Is to start sketching out a new world order. Start sketching out a new world order. Anybody heard that word before? New world order? Anybody know what the new world order is? You gotta have bread and circus for the citizens to keep them occupied. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? You love when I'm facetious? Well, thank you. I haven't been facetious in a while, but some shit like this, it rubs me the wrong way. I used to, every video, I would find bullshit. But then after you're exposed to so much bullshit, the other stuff doesn't have quite the sting, as it used to when you have something so nefarious right in front of your face, right? China was the scapegoat. Yeah, I know. Okay. The nearly 200 nations and territories that are members of the World Health Organization will have a chance to weigh in on what should or shouldn't be in such a binding pact. A pact. A binding pact. That sounds like a deal with the devil or something, doesn't it? Is this the kings of the earth handing their power over to the beast for 1 hour? Huh? How many people think that this could possibly be the kings of the earth handing their power over to the beast for 1 hour? How many people? Yes or no? Simple yes or no, chat. How many people believe that this could possibly be the kings of the earth handing their power over to the beast for 1 hour if they make this move? How many? One hour, I said. Sure it will. Yes or no? Chat. Yes or no? Does this sound like that? Yes or no? Probably. Though there is a fix you call the New World Order. Yeah. Yes. 22 is going to be beautiful. Yeah, sure will. Eric Ebu Elliott, yes. Beautiful. Yeah, I know. You can't spell. It's cool. Shelley Philippi, yes. Okay. I see we got one of those days going on. No, they're too greedy and drunk for power. It's okay. Yes. Says Pam Dennison over on Facebook Live. You definitely feel a great change, says Truth Spreader 101. I agree with that statement there. But guys, think about it. We're right around all of that. We're seeing, like, we're on the cusp of World War III. They're now going door to door in specific places like Houston. They're coming out. Aboriginal people are being fucking done in Australia. They have the camps. Do you not see how close we are to all that? Lower class citizen says no. That's cool. You didn't hear the question? Okay. I know, because you guys are talking about goofy shit instead of the what we're actually trying to show here. Nearly 200 nations and territories that are members of the World Health Organization will have a chance to weigh in on what should or shouldn't be in such a binding pact. A binding pact between the nations to empower the World Health Organization. And guys, if you're in the chat, man, you're trying to distract people from what I'm talking about and shit, I'm going to block you, for real. Truth, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot coming. All right. Many low-income countries are stressing equity in the talks and want wealthy nations to commit to making new diagnostic tests, drugs, and other resources universally available. Wealthy nations want increased international access to information and the areas where outbreaks originate, but some governments, particularly China's, view this as a violation of their sovereignty. Are you fucking kidding me? The biggest communist nation in the world says this is a violation of their sovereignty, but all these democratic nations are piling in. Do you not see what they're asking for? Does anybody fucking get how important this is or not? Like, seriously. This is huge. Like, don't you understand? Matter of fact, I told you about 5 or 6 months ago that I was told that when the World Health Organization made like this major announcement or something, that was it, that was time. That's when it was going to happen. They were going to, kill the power, drop bombs, the whole nine. That's when it would begin. So if they come together and they make this fucking pact that empowers the World Health Organization, and they're now requiring digital IDs because they all want access to information, right? They all want access to the meds, right? Put you on a universal health plan, which you have to require for it, buy all of this. Do people not see what they're doing right here? This is the most fucking probably big thing we've seen in a long time. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Diagnostic testing. And making resources universally available. That means every nation has the same. Everybody goes through them. They need more power to force it on everybody. Do you not fucking understand what's about to happen to you? They're also transferring the goddamn internet over to the UN. Do you not see what's happening now? This is going to put all of them in charge of any information disseminated. They'll shut the goddamn web down, flat out. That's why the Twitter CEO, Jack Dorsey, stepping down right now. Right? And the new guy said, what was his quote? That he was something about he's not too worried about trying to get around the First Amendment. Like, he was just acting like it was an inconvenience and that it wasn't a problem. It wasn't important. I mean, just crazy shit. This is lunacy. Do you not see how far along you are in all of this? I can't stand it when I feel like people get into this goddamn lull type of energy and they're just complacent and they become drones again. Like, we are supposed to be aware of this shit. We're supposed to be on top of it. This don't mean to be afraid or any of that. This means know what the fuck is going on. Now, the rules that might mean the next outbreak is contained more quickly. Nonetheless, asking leaders to commit to being good global citizens in the midst of deadly crisis rather than looking out for their own interest. The Global Health Center Graduate Institute of Geneva, remember, Nostradamus, Quatrain 944, Geneva is destroyed, demonstrated that the world desperately needs a new international framework to deal with the 21st century pandemics and the massive damage they can cause. She says the upcoming negotiations of the World Health Assembly are a litmus test for world leaders. They're telling you they need to come together and organize for what? The new world order. They're using that word. After arguably the greatest shared global catastrophe since Second World War, and we know what First World War, Second World War actually were because we're fucking repeating it right now. She asked, are our leaders going to show even a fraction of the ambition, a fraction of the vision that we saw back in 1945? What? Whew. She's saying, ooh, what a bitch, dude. She's saying, look at your predecessors. Look how good they called them down. Look at what they accomplished. Why are you going to show the ambition to kill more? To enslave more? The special session of the World Health Assembly aims to simply start negotiations for a new pandemic treaty. This is the fucking treaty. Giving their power over for 1 hour. Here, I'm going to show you, man. I feel like people aren't paying attention tonight for whatever reason. Kind of getting on my nerves. The beast that was, and now is not, is an ape king who belongs to the other 7 and is going into destruction. The 10 horns you saw are 10 kings who have not yet received a kingdom but will receive 1 hour of authority as kings along with the beast. These kings have one purpose: to yield their power and authority to the beast. Now, who is on the white horse again? God damn, dude. Now, if a new international treaty is proposed, it could still take years to ratify if history is any guide. It's not, because what should have took years with testing and all of that took no time. It was instant. Matter of fact, this new mix, we'll call it, of the good juju juice, right? They had that ready the concoction 2 weeks prior to its discovery. How convenient. Different versions of the proposal will be likely to be argued over and negotiated. I doubt that. And each country would need to sign on and push the deal through their domestic treaty ratification process. And push the deal through their domestic treaty ratification process. Let's see what that actually means. That looks kind of important. We'll have to see how this plays out in the coming 2, 3, or 4 years, she says. I hope it doesn't last longer than that. It won't. But certainly it's not realistic if this would be done in a year. The World Health Assembly runs through Wednesday, and by the end of the 3-day meeting, Moon says it should be clear whether there's the political will to craft new international rules on how to handle the next global health crisis. You got to be fucking kidding me, dude. So they're wanting them to ratify this is what's getting me. They're not talking about ratifying international treaties. They're talking about ratifying domestic treaties or domestic things. So here's the thing. They're saying, yo, if this doesn't jibe with your constitution, if this doesn't jibe with your laws, you need to change your fucking laws to make it happen. That's what they're saying with that. That's what they're saying with that. This is huge, y'all. I'm not even playing. This is huge. This is going to be another one of those things where a few months from now, if we're still on air, a few months from now, I'm going to be telling you, like, I told you this was coming. I told you this was happening. And then it's here, right? Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Just like I told you that the next one would be Omega. We'll look at disarmament and shit too, but let's jump on some other stuff as we're moving along. I'm going to try to take you into a few things here. Cases spread. Countries rush to impose travel bans. They're in like illusion of protection, like locking a screen door, Rayner says. You think it's really the illusion of protection? The professor of medicine and surgery at George Washington University. The metaphor that I have been using, it's like locking a screen door. You feel like you've done something to protect yourself, but you really haven't. I'm not sure what this ban will achieve other than to add some disincentive to countries that might be looking to do intense sequencing and identify variants. This might incentivize those countries to maybe, back off on that a little bit because no good deed goes unpunished. Germany reports its first Omicron case with no travel history. Wow, dude. This needs to be taken very seriously. Moderna's chief officer says. Yeah, we trust you. Argentina imposing the mandatory quarantine for passengers arriving from Africa. These are the countries that have found Omicron cases so far. Australia 2, Austria 1, Belgium 1, Botswana 19, Canada 3, Czech Republic 1, Denmark 2, Germany 3, Hong Kong 3, Israel 1, Italy 1, Netherlands 13, Portugal 13, South Africa 77, I'm sure, Spain 1, the UK 9. Justin, you were fucking right, bud. Justin said that they were going to hit the UK next. That the UK was going to be the next. Australia, what did it say? It was Poland, Australia, Poland, then the UK, in the order of how they're going to take the countries down. But the UK is next on the list, guys. For all this craziness that you're seeing going on in Australia. That kind of shit's happening right under your nose, too. Right under your nose. Nobody's paying attention. And I'll probably have to take this video down, guys, and make it private. So, at least on one channel. That way they don't slap my ass on both of them. Service members face deadline to get it or face disciplinary action. It just gets better and better anymore.
Thousands of American service members are facing disciplinary action up to dismissal if they are not yet fully vaccinated by tomorrow.
What the fuck is going on here?
We need you to get vaccinated.
With vaccination deadlines looming, the 2 top Marines pleaded with the troops.
We need every single Marine in the unit to be vaccinated. We don't have extra Marines.
With 91% fully vaccinated, the Marines are on track to have the worst record of all the services. The Navy, which had the most serious outbreak of COVID aboard the carrier Theodore Roosevelt, has the best record, 97% fully vaccinated.
What is going to happen to service members who do not get vaccinated?
That would mean that they could be administratively separated for not following the direct order.
I represent approximately 40 service members from all branches. Of those, 22 are Navy SEALs.
Davis Younts is an attorney and a member of the Air Force Reserve who himself is refusing the vaccine.
My clients don't think that this is being driven by military readiness, by medical reasons, or even by just good order and discipline in the military. It feels very, very political.
It is political in Oklahoma, where the Republican governor has decreed that soldiers in the state National Guard are not required to get the vaccine.
Freedom is our ability to say no, including to a vaccine.
The Army responded to that with a memo saying anyone who refuses will be forced out of the service, no matter what a state governor says.
God damn, dog. They said no matter what a state governor says, anyone who refuses in the military or the National Guard will be forced out. They're calling it administratively separated. Are you kidding me, dude? Do you love these cute fucking words they're trying to drop and make you, they think you're dumb. They think all that metal they put in your fucking cereal and in your air and that fluoride in your water has retarded you. That's what they think about you. Does anybody not see it's went past a line now? Okay? The democratic process has failed completely. Our countries, our nations, our laws have failed completely. What's great about this, and terrible at the same time, is that they know what they're doing. They're undermining the entire current system, shifting power over to WHO, UN, which are basically fucking one and the same. That's why they have damn near the same logo and all of that. Unelected corporations, right? Private. I told you that they wanted to orchestrate rioting and all this, and I've got some videos of rioting. I'm going to get into some videos in a second of some crazy shit, too. They wanted to orchestrate all of this for the order out of chaos. That way on George Floyd and all that, they could get ahead of you with the National Guard. That was the Manpower Guidance Act. That's why they pulled that bullshit at the Capitol, which was not legit. We all know that too, don't we? Yes. Yes, John. Okay. We all know that too, right? So they got out ahead of all of this. That way they could be ready for the real reaction that comes. They're going to stoke the flames with controlled opposition, with saboteurs and all of this, and these grassroots movements that are now emerging, because people are going to challenge the government, guys, in a major way. And I don't know if you're ready for that or not. Some of you are not. But in Australia, right? Like, you have former high-ranking military getting involved, creating new political parties. Now, whether they were started with good intentions, I believe most, if not all of them, are already co-opted, if not part of another military operation, another psychological operation, but another, covert operation to get control of the opposition that will arise out of all of this. That way they can destroy it when the time is right, just like they did with Q and all that bullshit, right? And this is going to collapse the system. So you're going to watch a systematic collapse of everything now. That's where you're at with all of this. And I don't know if they're going to do it before. I think before. But right before this happens, you're going to see something like a power grid go down, whatever, and they're going to deploy their agents. They're going to deploy whoever they're choosing to use, whether they're contracted, mercenaries, black ops type shit, to go after their targets. They will now have the UN taking control of the internet. That's total fucking control of the internet. And then if the countries shift their power over to the WHO and all of these laws get passed for permanent pandemics, you will never, ever, ever be able to even, according to their legalities, challenge any of this. You're done. It's do what I say, or fucking I put you somewhere, and you can't resist that either. Or I'll send someone in to take you there. And I don't have to tell you when you leave. Or let you leave. This is it. That's why they're saying we need to have this meeting to organize a new world order. This is it, dude. This is Omega Wave. Get ready. Buckle the fuck up. They're going to collapse the economic system. They're going to tear down infrastructure in many, many places, or make it appear as if the infrastructure went in on its own, or by an enemy, or weather, or whatever. But they'll sabotage it themselves, or just cut it off. They are going to spring up wars out of nowhere. When countries go down, when power goes down, you look for enemy attacks as well, right? Their enemies are going to come in, not because they really want to fight, but because they're going to be brought in intentionally. And when the countries are in chaos and ruin, the UN's going to come in. And they're already coming into places. I'm going to show you that in a second, too. They're going to come in, take over through this. The disarmament treaty. Where's it at here? What the fuck? Did that close out? Well, I'll show it to you in a second also, I guess. The judge halts the mandate for health workers in 10 states. You have to understand that when it goes to the WHO, and that's why it said they had to basically change their domestic shit, right? So domestic laws are going to hinder this international deal. So they're saying you have to change your domestic laws to go along with this international thing. So this is why the judges and all, that's why this is still happening. There's some challenges and shit. And I've always told you too, you cannot fight the fucking system inside of the system. The system has to come down now. And when it comes down, that's exactly what they want also. So you got two different things right here, right now, that are playing against one another. And you believe that there's, you know, really no option left. You're like, okay, well, we can march, we can protest. They're not listening, right? We can write our fucking governor, our senator. They're not listening. Or we can try to sue them and blah, blah, blah. They're not listening. Yeah, so you're trying to go that route about it, right? Like, that's not working. It will not work. It never, ever will work. No matter, these are crimes against humanity. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. I repeat, you are wasting your time. And then you have those that see it for its total corruptness, right? So as they pass the laws and ignore all of your complaints, they're completely putting the squeeze on you, creating the totalitarian dystopic state, right, that will have no wiggle room whatsoever. They're going to have you locked down, and anywhere time you go, there's going to be scheduled days of the week you go shopping, specific times you're allowed to do anything. You're going to be checked wherever you go, whenever you go there. You won't cross a state line. You won't leave a fucking country unless you have these permissions. And it's going to expire. I just showed you the other day. It'll expire every 9 months. So you're going to be boosted in all of this to retain those privileges as well. This is also, that's why the collapse economically is right around the corner too. I think we're going to look, economic collapse is going to happen after 2022 though. I think we're going to see it in 2022 sometime. But I do still believe that there are major events to happen in 2021 before all of this happens. You can look for, seismic, volcanic activity, as well as above us, meteors, asteroids, those kind of things, or they might just go ahead and trigger a war. But most likely what you're going to see is social fucking chaos and climate chaos, all leading us into a super inflated monetary system that's on the verge of, collapse. The whole legal system, they're going to be so hated, these foreign occupiers you call your president and all of that, that the unrest it's going to so it's just out of it's, and then you're going to see martial law, real deal, brute force martial law come as a result of that. That's what the Omega Wave is. This is a final Jackie Chan spin kick to knock you the fuck out right now. Ten states sued to block the administration's November 5th rule. They are Alaska, Arkansas, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Wyoming. And notice he's a Trump appointee. They got to point that out. And the makers race to address the variant. Has anybody heard that they already had this ready 2 weeks prior to the announcement of this thing? 2 weeks ago. Yes, it will, Serenity Lakefield. I agree with you. Bible stands for, I agree with that too. Bible stands for basic instructions before leaving Earth. Well, you're getting ready to leave. You had an invasion dream back in 2016? That's pretty wild. I mean, my children have had dreams of that too. The enemy's already here. They're waiting for a signal. Private organizations from all the world have been in the United States. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah. But I think it's going to come in the form of these different grassroots movements and shit like that, right? So yeah, there is a signal, I'd say, to unleash it, but we've already seen that signal, I think, already. That was part of the George Floyd and all of that. That was all these riots popping up everywhere. I know it's not done. We're going to see the intensity increase with these, when they're requiring digital IDs, when they're requiring this shit, man, and it's so unconstitutional and usurping the law so much, and that's why it's going to be an international treaty. So it can supersede the laws, and they can shift the blame, like, oh, it's so bad. But it's just in time to catch up with the people that are going to be sick and dying now from what. Oh, man. And they're racing to do it. Germany's BioNTech and its partner, Moderna, working to understand what level of protection they offer and how to adapt them amid concerns of the mutations, and may make it more transmissible and help it evade the body's immune response. And that's what they're saying. You won't have any immunity to this, and that the old shit won't work against this. And they need to come out with something for this. So it's going to be strand after strand after this. And like they're telling you also, the Ebola thing is next. That's going to be and remember, the vials come out and people have sores all over their skin. Remember, Biden with the communicable diseases executive order, adding measles to the list, right? You got to pay attention. We've also shown in the private shows the connections with the vector shit and Marburg and all this, right? So you need to... Oh man, I'm worried about getting away with this one tonight, guys. I've said a lot, dude. A lot. I probably shouldn't have said here on the public platforms. Pentagon denies Oklahoma's governor's request and I insist, National Guard members must be. They must be. I insist. You must get this. I insist. You mean it's an order? It's a fucking order. If you don't do it, you're out. You're dishonorably discharged. And these guard members and reserves and shit, they lose their civilian jobs too, by the way. I don't know if you know that or not. I showed you the video from the PLA member, right? The Chinese Communist Party member, and how they were saying, we don't have to jump on the U.S. We don't have to. We just have to wait for them to collapse themselves like the Soviet Union. And that's what you're seeing happening right now. Your president, your last two presidents intentionally were collapsing us. Your last three presidents were intentionally, your last four were intentionally collapsing us. And they all worked together hand in hand to move all the restrictions off. And one would hop into the next thing, and the next one after him. They set all of this up, and now they are sinking us on purpose. And destroying our military so it can't defend us. Do you not fucking see what's happening here? Why are people so goddamn blind? When you try to share this kind of information too, what blows me away is the lack of care people have about these kind of things. That's why you're slaves. You're not pressed about it. You're so fucking complacent with everything that you just it doesn't affect. I don't get it. This is what got you enslaved. Is that goddamn attitude of it don't matter. And you're going to keep that little smug attitude until the goddamn end, too. I'm sure of it. All the prophecies and texts said you would. Matter of fact. Then maybe one of the only channels on YouTube, Facebook, anywhere, bringing you the truth about all this shit. You come into my chats and you talk about fucking goofball shit while we're trying to talk about serious stuff to distract all the people who do care. This is a series of events, a series of them. See? Digital passport may arrive in Massachusetts and multiple other states. Massachusetts can soon roll out the digital ID or a passport. Remember, green means compliance in the Greek, right? the green horse, the green agenda, Build Back Better, 666, blah, blah, blah. Massachusetts is part of a coalition of states somewhere between 15 and 20. Baker estimated working to develop the technology. Baker displayed his personal QR code, attesting that his vaccination status to host Jim Broad and Marjorie Egan. This is my proof. It's easy to access. It's a universal standard, and we've been working with a bunch of other states. It can launch soon. It's already launching in Australia. I seen the commercial. Really good commercial too. It's talking about how convenient it would be for you, and aren't you tired of not having all the information the government says you must fucking have whenever they're, keeping you enslaved? Keeping you enslaved? DARPA to launch the DoD's first in-space manufacturing research program. As if they wasn't on enough bullshit. Options to conduct biomanufacturing in space, using biological systems like microbes to construct materials for use in orbital operations. I would trust them. Those are the same people that are doing all the other shit, by the way. Oh, and the chemtrails too. Yeah. I would trust them. If I was you, I would trust them, not me. Toddlers. And this is why I'm hyped tonight too. It's shit like this. This is why I'm hyped tonight. Toddlers. 10% of the cases. %10 of the cases, toddlers. Babies. I wonder why. Does anybody have an idea why in the chat? Please say it in the chat if you know why toddlers would make up 10%. Why that would be. I'm not a doctor, so I have no clue. But maybe one of you will. Yeah, me neither. I can't handle it with them either. Yes, it is going to be hard, but you can do it. We all can. Why would toddlers make up 10%? Does anybody have a clue? Anybody have an answer for me? My smart chat here. Come on, guys. We got some smart folks in here. Does anybody have a clue? Why toddlers would make up 10% of this? Why babies would make up 10% of this? Yes, it'll change. Something like that. That's also a possibility. Wide awake and angry. They're coming from parents that too. They're coming from parents. They were carried by people that had. They're around people with. Now they are able to. Do you not see what's fucked up about this? They're not coming for the children. They've already came. That's the final step in a society. That's why they go into. That's why they're in Omega Wave right now. Because nobody did a fucking thing about the kids. That's why they're in Omega Wave right now. Because nobody made a fucking peep about the children. Yeah, they are the innocent. They are the innocent. It really, it kills me, man. It kills me to see, this happening and nobody looking out for the little guys. Nobody quit putting your money in their goddamn system. Do you understand? They're milking you right now. It's going to collapse very shortly. Why are you still helping them? They're coming after your parents, your grandparents, your elders, our elders, our babies, our little ones. Remember, the Bible says, you harm one of these little ones, it'd be better to have a millstone placed around your neck and to be thrown in the sea. Why are you still falling for the bullshit? Why are you still buying into it? I can get somebody to hit a thumbs up in my chat, but you'll go right now and go and do everything they ask you to, and hand them over all your money and everything you own, and be a good little slave. I don't get it. Yeah, or comply with their systems. Exactly. It's past the point of compliance is the thing. Your silence is consent, by the way. It is consent. Don't act like it ain't. Oh, well, it don't matter. I have faith. No, you don't. If you had real faith, you'd take action. You'd do something. You'd be a part of something. You'd stand for something. But because you stand for nothing, you will fall for everything. Domestication of the human race. They've been domesticated. You're scared shitless. It'll be when yeah, well, you know what? Mine are being homeschooled in January. They're leaving their little because of this. Quit buying stuff in consumerism as a trap. Yeah, well, I'm not telling you don't buy anything ever. I'm telling you quit investing in the goddamn beast system for at least. Buy from normal people if you're going to buy something. Help small businesses. Help your fellow man. Quit doing this. Stop shopping at a goddamn Walmart, too, if you can. Or buying everything off of eBay, Amazon. Using FedEx to ship your packages. Like little shit like that. Boycott their asses. And tell people you're doing it. Try to get them to do it too. Do not comply with their illegal, unconstitutional nonsense. Tell people you're not complying. Try to get them to do it too. Speak out. Present evidence, whether it's a picture, a video you're sharing, whatever. Spread evidence. Let people know that you're aware. You know you're not down with this. Encourage the people that are on the fence right now. Scared to say something. Scared to bust a grape because they've never done nothing like this before. They've never spoke out like this before. Encourage them. We need you now. And we need all of each other now. If you don't understand what they're going to do to us, then I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. I would even venture to say there's probably a lot of people in this chat room right now that are going to still roll over and flip. Still. Your demeanor says it, man. When you're not, you show no no empathy for people that are suffering, or you're like trying to distract people away from something very important. Like, aren't you awake? Aware? Come on, man. Snap out of it. It's easy to fall back into the lull, right? The kind of half awake, shit. We do it. I've done it more than once, but I haven't done it for a while, man. I know I don't want to do those anymore. I told you just a month ago, consciousness is at an all-time low right now. So it's very easy to drag you down. Stop becoming distracted, guys, by all this other shit. Focus on the task at hand. Manifest and create something beautiful, and focus on getting around this darkness. Focus on hurdling this darkness, overcoming it, conquering it. Focus on protecting yourself, your family. Focus on helping each other. You are at war. You weren't notified. You weren't notified. But you are, and you're losing bad. You're almost beaten. And you're sitting around all lackadaisical and shit, talking about baseball games and bullshit when it's time, when it's crunch time. You got to be kidding me. We're not here for the ego, dude. This ain't to feel good and feel like you're smarter than other people. That's not what this content's for. Nope. I'm not here to entertain you every day and fucking act like a clown nope. Yeah, we have fun. Yeah, we do stuff for entertainment too. But when it's time to get real, it's time to get real. You gotta have those times too. Sometimes you need to be slapped awake a little bit. Like, come on, man. That's a distracting spirit is what creates that too. That's a demonic spirit, in case you didn't know. Called a distracting spirit. You ever tried to pray or meditate and something happens, or another person comes into the room and tries to pull you out of that state of tranquility and calmness? That's a distracting spirit. Same thing. People come in here and they don't have control of themselves. They haven't mastered themselves or even come close to it in some cases. Most have. And that spirit, man, they can't help it. Can't help it. We got to raise our vibes, man. We got to raise our vibes high for ourselves, for our families, for each other. That's what all these communities was created for, you know that? So we can meet each other, talk on the phone, text, chat. We build relationships, that way when all these zombies are activated, and hubby isn't your hubby no more, and little Johnny isn't little Johnny no more, when Israel's surrounded on all sides by enemies, so we'd have each other. So we would. And as they tighten the screws down on us, it was so we could help each other. We could take care of each other, make sure we were all eating, make sure we were all taken care of. We were all getting by. That's what it was all for. It was so we could grow and learn more. We could all exchange ideas. It wasn't to sit back and let me do all the work and tell you about everything every day, all the time, 24/7. So you come in and you tell me some shit I don't know. And other people around us. We're only as strong as our weakest link. We're only as strong as our weakest link. Don't be the weak link. Not now. Not now. We're depending on you. We should make a room in Discord just to exchange numbers, Justin says. We gotta stick together. Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you, Shelly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would. I'd watch what I was saying in the chat, too. Because you guys know Google moderators come into my chat sometimes, so. Please make a channel specifically for mandatory reasons. Look, I am going to, this isn't going to, and I'm getting into more content, but now I've set up the new, and I put it in the description, the new subscription packages, what they're going to be. And some are going to offer weekly private group study sessions. Some will offer once a month private study session with me, like one-on-one. Like when I'm cracking the books and hitting it, you can hit it with me if you want. And whenever I'm on, you can join. If you have something cool, I might just do what you have. It just depends. Jesus, got a fly in my room. Or in my house. But this is all in an attempt to bring us closer together. This is all an attempt to get us ready. We're running out of time to prepare. And like we need to be serious now. Like, you've had all the training you need up until this point. I'm trying to bring on the most intensive shit at the end here, and not everybody's getting with the program. Not everybody's getting with the program. People still think it's all fun and games and shit all the time. It can't be. It can't be all the time. It's great to laugh and shit, and we have a great time most of the time. But sometimes you got to get serious and say, okay, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. Where the fuck are we in all of this? How are we going to make it through all of this? How am I going to get to you when the power goes down? How are you going to get to me? Where are we going to get together at? When, how, where, who, why, right? Those type of questions. Or do you want to be all fucking alone? Your family's all poked up and turning into demon zombies, and you have no food, no water, you're fucked. Can't defend yourself, and your country's being invaded, collapsing, burning, and there's no monetary system for you to go buy anything from anywhere. All the pharmacies are being looted. I mean, come on, man. You're going to die if you do that. God helps those who help themselves. Can't stand it when people use the faith thing too as an excuse to be lazy. Yeah, raising the electric rates by 50.2%. You're kind of tribe hurt right now. So back to staying alone to yourself. Why are you hurt right now? Why are your tribe hurt right now? You're in the right tribe right now. This is your tribe. And I think I know who you are too, by the way. Olive Hill Soapery. Think I know who you are. I know who all of you are. Let's take a look at some videos. Lab worker spells help in a tape during a news broadcast. You've got to be kidding me, dude.
By the middle of next month, the three coalition leaders will meet with NEFA tomorrow to discuss the Omicron variant and the situation.
My sense of the health officials is they want to see
situation.
Oh my God! Did you you see that? Oh my God, did you see that? Look! Ah! Oh my God! What? What? Look, they wrote help on the goddamn thing. Oh my God. Wow. Wow.
With NAFTA tomorrow to discuss the Omicron variant and the overall
My sense of the health officials is they want to see.
Wow.
My sense of the
Wow.
the middle of next month.
That is nuts, y'all. That is nuts. Yeah, oh shit is right. Whoa is right. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. You gotta admit, that is some off the wall shit right there. They put help on the damn machine, dude. Because they knew the news or network was there filming. You gotta be kidding me, dude. You've gotta be kidding me. Sheep like bees are the reason tyranny's happening.
But no, we've been marked up on the underground around the tube, and we will be in the shops today. If that's what it takes to get us through Christmas and all be safe together.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly the same. Yeah, I'd carry on wearing my mask where I have to, where I feel safe. So yeah, exactly the same.
I mean, all our family have been jabbed and whatever, so yeah, we'll still see people.
I think it's just keeping people in your house, not too many people. So I think we probably keep
probably
our
slightly
numbers
less
limited.
people, yeah.
Probably slightly less.
If we all pull together as a country and as a sort of more as a global, then it's going to be easier for us to sort of get out of this as soon as possible and get back to a bit of our new reality. And hopefully go into the new
A
year.
bit of a new reality. Did you guys ever hear the saying that the first 15 days, what is it? The first 15 days, flatten the curve. It's something like it's not so bad. It's the 2 years or some shit like that. You guys seen that meme? The 15 days turned into 2 years, basically. Check this out. Italy, March of vaccine. This is all the people that have, right? We will be making this video, I will be taking this video down on the main channel, by the way, and probably be back up as well here on YouTube at the very least. Alright guys, I'm just telling you right now, when this show's over, I'm taking this down. So, enjoy while you can. I will have a recording of it though, and I will add it to the private content. The 15 days must have been a typo. Yeah, sure. Whatever you think. Yeah, must have been, because they sure didn't stick to it. Dead insect has its body taken over by a Hydra-like parasite. What? A dead insect has its body taken over by a Hydra-like parasite. They will seek death and not find it. Death will flee from them. Huh. Strange. I almost feel like I heard somewhere that there was like a Vulgaris Hydra or Hydra Vulgaris or something. I can't remember what that something was, but I've heard the word. Oh yeah, it's on the private content. You should donate, support, purchase a subscription for December, and check it out. dead insect. Hit that thumbs up, chat. Wow. Look. Ah! Brains. Wow. Look. What? Look at this. Oh my god, this is Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But an insect. Hit that thumbs up, guys. There's 68 people in the main chat on the YouTube, and there's 49 thumbs up. Hit the chat. Hit the chat. Hit the chat. Hit the thumbs up, man. Both channels, backup and the main. Yeah, it reanimates the corpse, Graceful Heart. Yep. Look at that. Hydra parasite reanimating a dead insect. You have got to be kidding me. Like, that is insane. That shows you right there what we've all been talking about for so long. Wow. Wow. We've got some cool shit tonight. UN military tanks in Brisbane, Australia. What are they doing there? The UN? You mean now they're doing the mandatory everything, permanent lockdown, all that? The UN's coming in with military tanks? What the fuck is going on here? You gotta be kidding me, man. So we literally have dead insects being reanimated by Hydra vulgaris, this water parasite, literally turned it into a zombie, like fucking crazy. And then here in Brisbane, Australia, where they're bringing in mandatory everything, and, you know, nobody wants it, you have the UN kicking it. Look at the white vehicles right there, dude. UN, what are they doing there? UN fucking tanks. What are they doing there? What is the UN doing there in a military capacity? In Brisbane, Australia. What are they doing? Do they stop for a sandwich or... I mean, you know? Look at that. Look at that. Look. Looky, looky, looky. How about that? It gets better every day, don't it? Like, great news. Great news. The UN's here. Oh, at the same time that the World Health Organization is coming together to make a new treaty international to give them the power. Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure like fucking talking about, you know, recipes and shit like that's way more interesting than this. So, way more interesting than this. Ecuador, army defends people against the Popo. Hit that thumbs up for me, guys. Please, y'all hit that thumbs up for me. I really need everybody to hit that thumbs up for me, guys. We get more people in here watching if you do that. It takes just like half a second to do. Thank you. Man, what happened 4 months after a dead chicken was given a facelift? Let's take a look here. 4 months after a dead chicken was given a facelift. Let's see what would happen in this dead chicken. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my god. Oh my god, is that moving? Oh my god. Wow, guys. Wow. Wow. Let's run that back one more time. Let's run that shit back one more again. Wow, dude. Is that... Am I seeing shit or... Yeah. Yeah. Well, yes, Graceful Heart. That's exactly what I've been saying for quite a long time. It does. That's what it does. It creates a neural network within all of them for the hive mind, right? It allows them to receive frequency, not just radio and millimeter, but I believe they're receiving the frequency of Nemesis, the Dark Star, the Dragon, Satan. That's, you know, the crossing, the transition, that they will literally be under the control of that frequency, right? And that, yes, when it talks about the dead will walk the earth and all of that, yes, exactly. You're seeing it, dude. They're making fucking dead praying mantis and a dead chicken, the skin moving and shit, 4 months after it's dead. Come on, man. What happens to you when you die? You're going to sit in the dirt for a long time, okay? Months maybe, and it's going to completely permeate the entirety of your body. And then when the frequency comes in, the frequency's then going to raise your ass up. You're going to be a zombie. A body for a demonic entity to inhabit. 100 feet below, secret underground working boat and train and people. What? Say what? Weird ass shit. Hit the like for me. Look at that. What the fuck is going on? What the hell is that?
It's mental.
Wow. Wow. That's weird. Look, there's dudes on it. That's the craziest shit I've ever seen. And thank you, those of you who hit the like button. Thank you, those of you who hit the like for me. And those who didn't.
That's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Crazy, man.
I told you I could hear voices.
He said, I told you I could hear voices. Yeah, that dude thought you was a fucking lunatic. You're like, I hear voices, man. There's people and a train and a boat underground and they're talking. And dude's like, what? What are you talking about? He's like put the weed down, bro. Like, you smoke too much, you know? Like, you smoke too much. And then he shows them, like, it's here. Storm Arwen, 3 dead, 100-mile-per-hour winds and widespread power outages trigger chaos in the UK. Chaos. Let's take a look. Is it not just intense on every level right now? Wow. We are literally showing insects that are dead being reanimated by a water parasite, Hydra vulgaris, which those of you who've watched the private shows know what's under the microscope, and, you know, that good batch of cookies they're giving everyone. Then we watched a chicken that ate the same cookies 4 months after it was dead, and it was chopped up like a chicken, by the way, and it was moving too. Weird. And then we see a boat and train and people in underground tunnels, like under the people's fucking feet on the street and shit. Like, what in the fuck, dude? What in the fuck, dude? You have the world just falling in on itself on every level. Politically, like Brisbane, you got the fucking UN tanks and Humvees and shit. We also showed that. I mean, wow. World Health Organization coming together to organize the new world order. Their words, not mine, right? To create an international treaty, but the 200 countries involved will need to take care of their own domestic laws first. Meaning, fuck what your law is, you need to obey. Right? Because the kings of the earth are handing their power over to the beast now. Right? They're handing it over. We now have the 5th of the pentacle, the pentagram, wave riding in. And just like I told you months ago, would be called Omega. That's what Omicron is. Micro. The small o, small version of Omega. The end. Right after the Delta wave, which is to put you in deep REM sleep. Literally, that's what the Delta wave is in your deltoid. I mean, damn, son. Damn, son. Oh my God. Historic hail hits Alicante, Spain. Let's take a look at this. I want to see it falling on people. I want to see somebody hit with a piece of ice.
Así amanecía hoy Alicante y otros muchos puntos de la provincia, con el sol tratando de deshacer estos grandes bloques de granizo tras la fuerte tormenta que...
And whoever that was that messaged me and asked for Spanish subtitles, I apologize, but I don't speak Spanish, man. So if somebody would be willing to, that would be cool. If anybody out there speaks Spanish, and is willing to help me out on how I can convert the videos to Spanish subtitles. I've had requests for people to watch it. I have Hispanic people, Latin people that watch this channel. People from all over the world watch my videos. So I would like to have Spanish subtitles. So somebody help me out with that if you can, please. I would most definitely like to do that for them because they asked me to. Matter of fact, we have people from France, Canada, Germany, probably in this chat right now. I mean, UK, New Zealand, Sweden, Switzerland, gosh, guys, Mexico. I mean, just everywhere, man. All fucking 50 states. I mean, just everywhere, man. It's so crazy because we are so spread out, right? There's not many of us. But we're powerful. We are powerful, guys. We can do anything we want to do if we set our minds, our heart, and our intent to it. We just have to do it. It's about doing it now. It's about coming together now and saying, okay, these motherfuckers have lost their mind. They've lost their shit. They're dangerous now. You understand? They're dangerous now. They're not in control of themselves. They're fucking dangerous now. It's not your mom anymore. It's not your granny anymore. It's not your hubby anymore. It looks like it, walks like it, talks like it. But the real part that matters to them, it's been snipped. It's gone. You will witness it too if you stay around one of those folks, and they might get you ill in the process. Especially if you're sleeping with them and shit. We showed private videos. Contact poison. We've been on top of this since fucking day one. Saying the same thing day one that we are 2 years later. Telling you the same agenda 2 years later. But now you're in it, living it, and people still won't fucking listen. Little bit of frustration. I can honestly say. A little bit of frustration. How are we going to get the message out, man, if we don't get the message out? Who else is going to do it for us, guys? Who else is going to do it for us? Who's left on YouTube? Who's left? That knows what the fuck is going on, knows their shit, and is able to explain it the way we are here. Who has a community of people, pillars in their community, that bring so much to the table. Do you see what we will lose if we lose this? What the world will lose. What the world will lose. You're valuable, man. You're valuable. In most channels, most sites, most communities, most forums, you know what they're on. You know what they're on. They're not going to give you a voice. They're not. They're not going to speak the message that needs to be spoken. They're going to sell you out. They're going to protect their business assets and all that bullshit over you and your life. They're going to hold back, shut the door on conversations just because they're afraid you might not like their opinion on it. We're trying to pave a way here, man. Like, I don't know what else to do. You know, what else to do, what we can do together as a whole. If we don't have each other, we have nothing. We have nothing. And the weather's showing you're in that time. Politically, you're seeing you're in that time. Geopolitically, and the conflict shows you're in that time. Look at the people around you in this chat, in these sites. It shows you. You're amongst royalty right now. I'm not speaking to me. There's not another community, not another channel, not another nothing like us. Why is that? Because you're special. You're special. You're powerful. You're strong. You're intelligent. You're kind. You're beautiful. You're everything the world isn't right now. And the world needs you. Your families need you. Don't say, well, what are we going to do? What can I do? I know one thing that won't help you. Sitting on your ass, making excuses, saying, well, what can I do? Most of you guys are genius. You mean you can't figure out something to add to the mix? To help? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Spread the word. Spread the message. Engage. Join in. Add to this shit. Add to others. Add to other people's shit. Make their shit better if you don't want to make this one better. Do something. Do something. Don't get caught with your regrets and shit when it's all done. I'm telling you, it will eat you alive. That's what they're hoping, by the way. For one, they don't believe that you really care. And some of you don't. I believe most of you do. They don't believe that you have enough faith and confidence in yourself to do anything about it. Some of you don't. Once again, most of you do. They don't believe you're smart enough, or strong enough, or brave enough to do anything about it. Some of you aren't. Most of you are. They don't believe that what happens to others is a concern to you. They believe that you sit back as like a victim of your circumstance. And that you're like a kid throwing a tantrum. Right? You'll eventually get in line with the rest of them. You're just a little cranky right now. Just woke up from a nap. But you'll go back to sleep. You guys, lots of you have crazy skills. Computers, art, I mean, just, You're teachers. You're just all kinds of different things with amazing talent. Use it for something good, man. Don't get hit with that regret. Because then you're going to sit back when it's all done, flashing before your eyes. Or when you lose people that matter to you. Or you witness atrocity or horror of some sort. Something that could have been avoided. If you took action now, if you prepared your home, yourself, your family now, you made plans for what to do in case of different situations now. All of those things. Now. It should have probably already been done. But if it's not, now is the time. Tomorrow never comes. Most people never end up getting around to it. You're going to remember how you said, oh, I have faith. And you're going to know the truth that it was an excuse not to do anything, say anything, help anything. You'll know. God will know, but you'll know. You do now, if that's what you're doing. You know it. God will meet us halfway. He helps those who help themselves. Period, man. Period. You know what? The last time I talked about stuff like this, somebody in the comment section said, well, what are you doing? I've been doing this for 5-6 years. I'm on government watch lists. I've had my life ripped a fucking apart, to tell the truth. I care. I just want others to care too. That's it. Some of you do. Some of you do a lot. But we need more of those people around. We need more of yous. The ones that do care. The ones that do put their ass on the line. Because you know what? No matter if you tuck your head, you keep your mouth shut, and you follow orders, you follow directions, they're still going to kill you. They know what you watch. They know what you do. They know who you are. You've given them all that information. And if you think because you do shit anonymous and use fake accounts, they still know. They track your IP address, your GPS. You have a goddamn spy camera in your pocket called a phone. Or you probably have spy cameras all over your house called doorbell cameras, fucking surveillance cameras, TVs, computers, laptops, all of it. So thinking you can duck it like a coward is not going to work out well for you. You're just going to die a coward instead of have it mean something. That's what this is. The 144,000 warn everyone until the time comes. Most don't listen. But you know that going in. I know that going in. We do it anyways. Why? Because we care. We do it anyways. Why? Because it's not about, how many and all of this. It's about the fact that we cared enough to do it. We loved them enough to tell them. We seen our purpose and we fucking went to it. Many are called, few are chosen. And you have been chosen. You're going to answer that call. You're going to answer that call. People are still stuck on the most trivial things right now, and it just blows me away. I was talking to Justin, last night before? He was saying, there's just some people that they just aren't there yet. They're still wagging their goddamn finger about, how to worship Jesus right and shit. Give me a break, dude. You still on that? Or those damn Democrats. For real? Mexicans taking our jobs. What? It's all about money. Yeah, fucking right. They print the money. It's not about money. Way beyond that. Way beyond that. This is next level shit. They're playing on a level that most of us have never even attempted to play on in our lives. And now we got to play catch up, learn everything, get enlightened, illuminated like they are, and not fall into all these fucking snares and traps and stumbling blocks while trying to do so. Going uphill completely after a life of going uphill completely, traumatic, chaotic, hard as fuck for most of us. Beat to the floor, at the bottom of society, and we gotta rise to the goddamn top. Now that's a challenge. You know who's only gonna get there? The ones who are great. The ones who want to be great. The ones who seek greatness and won't accept anything less. The ones who fight for what they love or who they love. The ones who would give their life for a stranger. Any stranger. The ones who are compelled to knowledge. Can't stop learning. Don't want to. Just devouring every book, every video, every anything they can get their hands on because they are expanding. They are growing. They're not stagnant. They're not weak. They're strong, honorable. They carry themselves in a certain way. They have a moral compass. Not a dogmatic religious compass, but it's their heart, and they're in tune with it. And the world won't understand all of that. It won't understand all their decisions, all their choices, why they do what they do, but it doesn't matter because they don't need their acceptance either. The only person they have to live with is themselves. Their conscience, knowing, hey, I made a hard choice. I went with what I loved. Hey, I made a hard choice. I stood up for what I believed. You know how many people I've seen walk away from their family, relationships? How many people I've seen do this over the years? I can't even count. At the moment, nobody around them understanding why the fuck they're doing it. You ask them why, and they're just like, I have to. This is where I'm being called. This is what I gotta do. I have to follow my heart. Quit their jobs, move across country to another country. Nobody knows, nobody understands but them. I talk to them a year, 2 years later, and you see why. You're like, whoa. They're doing big things now. Look how much they've grown. Look how far they've came. All because they trusted themselves. And they chased what they loved. What mattered. They didn't allow fucking shame and ridicule and all of that to stop them at all. We got a lot of those people around here. They're warriors. Warriors. Superheroes. They're superheroes. They're so kind, these people. I'm telling you. Give you the shirt off their back, the last dollar in their pocket, jump in front of a bullet for you. That's the kind of people these people are. Would you like to be around those kind of people? Or have those kind of people have your back? We gotta... Time to huddle up and get it together now. This is it. No more playing, no more training, no more nothing. It's live now. We're in Omega. Omega time. It's the end now. This is our time. We step on the stage now. The curtain's drawn back, and now we are walking out. The spotlight is on us now. This is the final act. Are we going to bomb, or are we going to blow everybody the fuck away? Like, it's that simple. Because I'm ready to blow some people the fuck away. Myself. That's what I want. And that's what I want for you too. I want all of us to do it together. We can all share the stage. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's in front, who's in back. We're a body anyways. We're just a bunch of moving parts anyways. That AI hive mind that they're creating, we got our own version of it. And we do it through natural ascension, natural mutation. The medium, the conduit, is our physical body, not an artificial intelligence. Our genetics, our DNA, yeah, it's changing too. How crazy. From the sun, from an incoming system, from the stress, the affliction, activating, purifying, transmuting, transfiguring, transforming. We're doing it too. Then when we crown, we activate, we tune in. One and another, we tune in. We keep our hearts open so we can keep the channel open, that we can connect to one another. Always. And the connection's getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and our ripple effect stronger. We ain't rippling no more. We're pushing off fucking tsunamis. They're not going to let you keep doing that, the physical, for very much longer, is what you have to understand. You're pushing off tsunamis, not ripples. Why do you think nobody will go along with this crap now? Huh? It's us. We did that. We did that. We sparked their fucking spirits. We made them say, nah, we're cool. We made them go to their rallies. We did that. But that's nothing compared to what we could do. Nothing compared to what we could do. You know, the miracles and shit that happened at the time of Christ, the miracles that happened then. Imagine the miracles now if you were told that you would do greater works than even he. Imagine right now. If the dead's going to walk the earth, then what would the version of that look like with us? Those two witnesses that laid on the ground, right? Nobody would even bury them. They rose back up. This is us rising right now. Preparing for our inheritance, because we inherit it all. This war, this battle, this game of chess. We have to start thinking like they do, being wise as serpents, right? Thinking steps ahead. Where are they coming next? That's how we can tell you that, hey, the next wave's Omega Wave. We knew it. We're playing the game with them, against them. Why? Because it's against our darker side of ourselves. We've already beat it within here. We can beat it out there too. And we can win back the people that's been taken by that darkness. If we beat it. We can bring a new world order also. If we beat it. And we won't don't have to be plugged into machines to have ours. Human beings will be so evolved consciously that we'll be living off light and sound. There'll be no more tears. No more low vibration anything. No more good and evil. We'll think as a whole, but still be an individual. So deeply connected we can read each other's thoughts, feel each other's hearts. And we're already getting there. We're already getting there. We're already psychic. Right? We already have senses that others don't have. All of us. We're seers. We see what they don't. We have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. We feel in a different way. Like, if you don't see how fucking unique and special you are after all of this, you never will. Step out of the circumstance, out of the situation, and into God, into spirit. You know, that force that is you, that actually has the ability to observe your own thoughts. Yeah. If you're observing those thoughts, then are the thoughts you? No, they're not. You're outside of that somehow. Your awareness is outside of the experience. $43 watching. I must be looking at a different channel than you, Shelly. There's 65 on this one. Oh, it's a backup. Please hit the thumbs up. Not book smart, but very conscious. Yeah, conscious, yes. Hitting home runs. Sometimes you gotta refresh to see who's watching. I just refreshed though. Yeah. In the final stage of side effects from the medication for the spinal injury being held up. Okay. Good to hear me? Well, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you. Oh, you know, look, I've had my challenges in life. Some of you know. Some of you still throw them in my face and judge me for them. That's all right. That's all right. I've had my challenges. I've had my shortcomings, but I don't regret a motherfucking one. Not a one. Every traumatic, terrible, hurtful, painful experience I've had has made me who I am today. If you think about any great master, any great teacher, any great wise man over the history of time, any guru, they have failed far more than the student could ever imagine. That's how they got to be able to speak, to teach, and you are a teacher. That's what you are. You need to teach the world too. It's not just people that do YouTube, it's all of us. We all have that ability to share, to spread our knowledge, our wisdom. That's why you were given it, was to give it away. To bless others with that. Those challenges I made, I wonder if people did those. I wonder if people took those challenges. Thank you for the super chat, JT1111. Appreciate all you do, my brother. Well, thank you, JT. I appreciate you, homie. Straight up. Thank you. Thank you. Those challenges, right? Helping someone every day. Doing a selfless act, a kind act every day. Just one. Tell somebody that's down that they're beautiful. Or that you love them. Give someone a hug. I mean, this shit's so simple, but for whatever reason, We have gotten so busy with the rat race, you know, the anagram out of star, because you're a star really, but they've got you in as a rat right now, a rodent, a vermin, that we don't even do that. We don't do acts of kindness. We don't do acts of charity. We don't bless other people. We don't help other people. We don't, you know what I mean? It's like we're so distracted by all the nonsense, the bullshit. We get caught up in the story. And we forget how we even are going to escape all of this. How we even got to where we're at right now. Some people seek knowledge for the totally wrong reasons too, guys. They seek it for themselves. They want to feel smart or superior. Right? Ooh, I'm elite. I'm illuminated. I'm conscious. I'm aware. You should see them. They talk down to people that aren't. Like that people they know. Their husband, their wife, they belittle them. They belittle everybody. It's like it becomes this big arrogance, ego thing that you're now aware. You should feel sorry for the ones who aren't. Not, oh, I'm so wise and superior. Ooh. Or what do you do with that wisdom? What do you do with that knowledge? Do you use it to serve others better? Or is it a tool to serve yourself? And then some people wonder why they are not that wise, right? That knowledgeable. Because wisdom is granted. You're not going to be granted this abundance of wisdom if you're going to use it to serve you and you alone. It's not going to work like that. Not going to work like that. You ain't going to get it, man. And what you do get, you'll lose. It'll be corrupted because you corrupt it. We corrupt it with the way that we behave, with our morals, our values, the way that we treat other people, the way that we treat ourselves. We corrupt shit. Because we ourselves are corrupt. The skin, the flesh, the carnal, this world, the physical is corrupt. Look at it. And because we are making that transition, that crossing, that ascension into something higher, something greater, something bigger, we are moving into a higher realm, a higher dimension. And you know what's left? Just our shadow down here. Just our shadow. That's all we're leaving behind here. We will leave that behind, by the way. What we have not transmuted or transfigured into light will be left here. You won't take it. It will be burned away by the purifier. The purifier will get it. And if you are it, it will get you. If you are attached to it, it will take you too. If you're controlled by it, nice knowing you. This is a harvest. They're coming for energy, for souls. This is such a technological advancement beyond our fucking wildest imagination, too. They're using planets as filters for souls, and there's a process where they take light, or positive and negative, they put it together, and they use it as an antagonist to make the light grow or the dark grow. One can devour the other, or the other can devour the one. And it's like, what? What are we in? What's going on? How crazy is all of this? And we think that God's not in control. What? You kidding me? Whoever made this place didn't have to include no good or no evil. They obviously designed this place for a specific reason. It has to be us. If they wanted to conquer us, kill us, devour us, eat us, all those things that would have already happened. We would have never had so many cycles to keep going and all that, to keep growing, to keep remembering and putting ourselves back together. They wouldn't have to tell you a damn lie. There would be none of it. None of it. But somehow, some way, people still lose the fact that this is all really, truly for our good. This is all really, truly for our good. Everything that we're experiencing now, we're being refined by the fires of affliction. Mankind must suffer to be great. We have to suffer to be great. We have to understand suffering, pain, loss, loneliness, fear, all of it, so we can appreciate and conquer and taste what's good. The beauty in life, love. Life presents us with lesson after lesson after lesson after lesson, does it not? Through people which are just another expression of you, another version of you, helping you better understand you through understanding them. We got to call in the things that are for us now, too. All of us. We got to call it in, man. Claim it right now. Stop leaving it all out there for those dirty fucks to use against you. You've got to own it. You've got to claim it now. This is your time. Our power of manifestation is off the charts right now. Off the charts right now. Our power of attraction, off the charts right now. But consciousness as a whole, lowest it's ever been. But there is a flip side to that. Right? And on the flip side of that, it's the highest it's ever been. So you can go each side of that, though. You can be in a very low, dense, bullshit, sluggish, sewer-ass vibration one day and jump up to Christing the next. You can do that. You can do that. You have the ability to do that. But you ever heard the saying, if you don't use it, you lose it? Think about your spirit that way. You don't get another spirit. You get one. You get one, and they're trying to chip away at it from the time you're born till you have nothing of it left, and you don't exist anymore. So you have to feed it. The only way to feed the spirit is to feed it into other people. That's it. I promise you that's it. There's only one way to do it. And it's to serve other people. No shit. No lie. No lie. You want to grow. You want to get bigger. You want to be more. You want to be greater. You want to be beautiful, wise, knowledgeable. You want to have all the honor, the glory, everything you seek to attain. You want those things. You have to put it out there to have it returned to you. Period. You ever see somebody that says something, they say, well, I want to do this, this, and this, and they're not willing to put a goddamn dollar into their business or something. It's like, well, your business is going to suck, bro. You know what I mean? You can't do it all for free, or you can't do it all without spending time and hard work. Like, all the assets and shit, like, if you don't put it into your business is done. Same thing with this. This is our business, right? Our business is spiritual growth. Our business is to become more conscious, more aware, more full of light and love. That's our business. So why are we acting like bad investors, right? Like we're fucking, they're about to take our business and shut the doors on us. Oh, I couldn't possibly put no time into doing that. I don't have time to meditate. I don't know how to meditate. Well, then pray. Praying works good too. You're supposed to ceaselessly pray, right? And some of you do. You know what I'm talking about, where you're constantly in prayer. Even when you're talking, even when you're doing something, you're constantly in prayer, in communication with that part of you. It's just you're aware of it, you know it, you talk on it, and you lean on it now. You don't even lean on your mental understanding any longer. You lean on that. I make decisions on that. I can't even tell you how much, guys. It will be the most nonsensical shit, too. People will be like, why in the fuck are you doing that, John? Why are you going to that state to meet this person? It's like, cuz I had a feeling. I know it's the right thing to do. I meet people and I'm like, I know you already. You've never met me. I know you. I've always known you. I've always known you. I've always loved you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you will one day, I hope. I hope you get to experience that. I pray that people get to experience that. To be able to sit in a chat and literally feel the energy of all the people in it. The love pouring in. The despair in some of them. The isolation. The hurt. Every bit of it valid, every bit of it beautiful. Each one at a different place, at a different time, at a different stage, at a different phase of their growth, but all kind of melding together, lifting each other up as they climb the ladder, giving one another a hand, sharing info, sharing wisdom, sharing knowledge, giving love. It's cool. It's cool to know yourself in a way that you finally find the essence of who you are. Like, we can never truly tap into, seeing us like God sees us, but we can get damn close. And when we do, we're like, whoa. There is nothing I can't do. There is nothing I can't do. If I can dream it, I can think it, I can speak it, I can do it. And nobody can stop me. Nothing can stop me. I don't need a magic wand. These are my magic wands. I don't need a computer. This is my computer. I don't need a temple, an idol, or any of that. I've already got the Ark of the Covenant right here. Need none of that shit. God's in me, and He makes me strong. That spirit in me, I can't put my finger on it. I don't know how. I don't know its name. I don't think I could form the grunts and sounds with my tongue to make its name. That's how far and inconceivable it is. And this that's in me and in you has no restriction, no limit. It just flows out of us each day. Each moment, we're just exerting energy in all sorts of directions. Anytime we create a thought, we hear a sound, we make a movement. It's all just flowing each direction. Just permeating the entirety of existence with your existence. Because it is your existence. All that's projecting out of here that you're seeing, that you're feeling, that you're tasting, that you're touching, that's you. Now wrap your head around that and tell me, if you're all that, then what can stop you? What can overcome you? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. You decide. You decide your life. You decide all of it. It's all your choice. Every last bit of it. And there's nothing that can stop you. There's nothing that can harm you unless you allow it. Unless the Father above wills it. And He don't will shit like that. We're just convinced of it because of religion. Oh, well, I'm going to have to die now. I don't know. God just must have felt like it was time to take that person. God didn't take shit. Do you think God's doing all of this? All this crazy shit that's going on right now? You think God's doing all that? Are you serious? What God are you worshiping, dude? What God are you into? God's love. And as far as I'm concerned, and as far as what I've seen and what I've shown on this channel, time after time after time after time, it's all manufactured by men. None of it's even naturally happening. It's all artificially happening through this conduit, allowing that dark ass energy to come into our world, our creation here, and literally distort everything it touches and devour everything it touches. And we look around us and almost everything's been devoured. Almost everything it's dark now, it's corrupt now, it's abstract now. We are like, what the hell? What the hell? We did it. We allowed it. We let it use us. We have it in us too. God and the devil. You are the devil also. You are Satan also. But what version of reality does yours look like? Is the Father in charge? And Satan is here for your refinement within you because you've already cast him down? Or is Satan in charge and he's the God of you in your world? Like he is of this world because you're in this world. Like, people better figure these things out, man. Figure these things out while you still have time, while you still can, while you still have the luxury. And it's a benefit, it's a privilege, it's an honor to be in the presence of each other. It's an honor to do that. It's an honor. And start trusting your heart. If your heart says that it's right, that it's true, you know that it's right and that it's true because the truth was written on your heart. It wasn't written in your head. It wasn't written in your feet, your hands. It was written on your heart. So what's our compass? What's our guide then? Matter of fact, our heart has brain cells, so it's doing thinking of its own. They call God electric. Our heart generates the largest electromagnetic field of our body. Our heart pumps life. Boom, boom. All through our body. It pumps blood, which is the living force, through our body. Like, it's the seat of the soul. The heart is the seat of the soul. That's why on the back of that goddamn coin, what do we see? We see a heart with the little, life thing pumping up and down, and DNA. They go hand in hand. It's your genetic code, the program of who you are. Your very unique, not fingerprint, but print, right, of your soul. That's what your DNA is. It's a genetic code of your soul. To match the energetic frequency of your spirit so the two can come together. When you finally master this, you know what? It changes everything because you then see that you become a soul having an experience, a spirit having a human experience, instead of thinking you're a human being. You become a spirit, a soul having a human experience, and it changes all of it. Changes all of it. Changes the way you see everything. You see how beautiful, how eternal, how just magnificent you are. And you're like, you can't fucking walk away from it no more. You're like, you can't unknow. You know what I mean? You know now, and you can't unknow. You can't go back to normal. You can't go back to the way things were. You don't want to. You have to change everything in your life to make it compatible with it too. You have to. Some people don't want to. I fought it like hell. Everything in my life, I'm like, no, I can't change that. No, I have to do that. I have to do this. I have to stay with this or that person, this, all of this shit. I had to, right? The world said I had to. But Spirit had another plan. And everything that I wouldn't let go of, it took. It destroyed, it collapsed, it burned. Because I was being refined. I had to be broken. Down to the base, down to nothing. And built back up. I rose from the dead. Not literally. Although I have died and lived through it. Some of you have too. But I rose from the dead. And I couldn't help it because the old person was gone. I used to remember how much I hated that guy. How much of an asshole he was. How disingenuous he was. How manipulative he was. How angry he was. How lonely he was. All of those things. I hated that guy. Hated him. But then when I was born again, I had compassion for that guy. I felt bad for him. And I forgave him. And I seen why he did what he did. And I had love in my heart for him. I no longer held anything against him like I used to. And then everybody else in my life, I was able to do the same thing. All because that guy I hated so much, which I thought was me, I forgave him. And then I can forgive anyone for anything. And people have done some foul shit to me. To this day, foul shit continues to be done occasionally. And I just, I can't hold it against nobody no more. I don't want anything held against me. I can't hold anything against myself, so how can I hold something against you? I can't put myself in this pedestal, this position of judgment on nobody, because I know that I'm not worthy to judge anyone. I'm not in a position to judge anyone. It's not my place, my right to judge anyone. I don't decide who lives and dies. I don't decide your life. I can't intervene and make decisions for you. I can't force you to do anything because I respect you and I respect your free will because I want my own respected. I used to just spiritually assault people with my truth. I'd belittle them. I'd demean their shit. I was that guy, the same ones that I talked about just a few moments ago. I'm aware now. I'm smarter than you. Look at those stupid sheep. It was poison, is what it was. I was poisoning those people with my ego. I was poisoning them with my ego. With my foul words. Acting like I knew God. As I began to condemn this lost person and treat them like they were less than a person. But I forgave that too. Because I know God forgives that. If you believe in God, God forgives that. So I have to, right? I have to. If He can forgive anything, then I have to, because that's what I'm modeling myself after. If we're following Christ, we're following. Like behind Him in His footsteps, walking as He walked, talking as He talked, doing what He did. They gave you this false idea of Christ, right? They gave you a false idea of Him. He was a regular dude, straight up. His mission, right? His church, him and 12 buddies, right? 12 friends, all of them the lowest of the low in society. They didn't have fucking 40-hour jobs back then or nothing. He was going from person to person, giving his heart, giving his all to them, teaching them, sharing his love with them in exchange for their kindness and their love. And they took care of him. And he was able to go everywhere doing it. Because he brought something to them that they couldn't get anywhere else. And you can do that too. That's what you should be doing. Your church, your mission, right, should be every person you come across just like Christ. You should be bringing something just like them, right? In the grocery store, you can do this. You can bring it right to them in the grocery, in line at the gas station. Doesn't have to be a long conversation or anything like that. Start where you can. Say something that will relate to them. Meet them where they're at. Don't try to fucking fly over their head with your info. Meet them where they're at. Break down the barrier. Compliment them. Be kind. Smile. Be warm. Make yourself irresistible. Right? Make there no way that that a person won't receive you. And if they don't receive you, shake the dust from your boots and keep it moving. Keep it moving. You guys are, you're on a mission, man, whether you know it or not. A lot of you guys have been here before or have been in other places in the higher realms, and you're here now because of that. A lot of you have been in just other times on earth. You might have been with Jesus. You don't know. And if Jesus isn't your thing, you might have been with Buddha. You might have been, Indra. Somebody, right? You might have been with wherever you think that you resonate, you were probably there. And you've probably been there, whatever there is, 1,000,000 times. And it's all culminated in who you are today, where you are today, and what you're doing now. This is the final shot. This is it. But I don't even want to call it a shot. It's ready. You're ready. You're here. You finally arrived to the place you're supposed to be, and now you just got to take the final steps. These are the hardest. These are the hardest steps. This is not going to be easy. It gets harder and harder as we go. And look, I tell you what, the secret of all of it is do what the world would not. If it doesn't make sense to the world, if it's not logical, worldly thinking, do the fucking opposite. Do the opposite. Do the opposite. People just, for whatever reason, like, I just can't do that. I got this bill to pay, or I got this place to go, or it's just nuts. It's like, do the opposite of that then. That's faith. That's faith. Have faith, right? Through your faith, you were healed. It's believing. You have to believe in the idea that is you. You have to believe in the idea that all of this darkness, all of this evil is just the antagonist to stimulate you into being you. You have to believe that the greater good and evil are not even close. There's not a competition here. Evil is enslaved to that source power, right? It works for that source power. It's the illusion of all this stuff that's got us all mixed up. Do you think we asked to be here at this point? Or God's doing? Well, let me say this. We are God, so there's that. We're all a piece of God, our Creator. That's why we're His children, right? We're a small piece of Him. Which a small piece of the infinite is still the infinite, right? So we're little baby gods. We took from the tree of knowledge of good and evil to make us like God, right? Understanding both. But like God, or like Samael, Think about this too, and this will blow your mind. Remember how Samael, Satan, he expelled his power from him and pursued it down to chaos in the abyss, right? He expelled his power from him when he sinned against the entirety, right? It got up to, and his sin got up to incorruptibility, right? So he's up here with the light and all of this stuff, and him saying, "It is I who am God, and there are none before me." The ego, right? Taking God's name in vain, in vanity for himself. Heard himself divided, right? That was becoming conscious. Hearing himself was divided. So he expelled his power, his light from him, and he pursued it down to chaos in the abyss. Now, think about this. We talk about how each dimension, each realm is kind of mirrors of each other. He made a reflection of the heavens above. Well, let's go above his heaven then. A reflection of that heaven would be the Creator expelling his darkness instead of his light. Expelling his darkness, and that's where Satan even came from, to be able to expel his, right? It's just like a boom, 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 involution, evolution. One thing mirroring the next, mirroring the next, mirroring the next, going both up and down, right? Both up and down. That's why Earth is it's a 3D, it's the launching point for all of it. We get to choose. And that's why everything's micro and macro. They're just reflections of each other. You're a reflection. You're a reflection. You see those stars looking down, right? Out of the deep darkness, those heavenly hosts looking down through that dome, that crystal ball, that prism we call a firmament. And those 7 rays of light expanding into our reality, wrapping around us, creating the illusion of vision, of sight, of light waves. God spoke us into existence, sending out the vibration of sound waves, becoming lower and denser, creating what we believe is matter. Like, it's just fucking wild, man. You have to start, looking into these things and trying to understand it, because it really gives you a perspective on what you are. There's no end to you, dude. You go on for eons. There's no end to you, dude. This doesn't ever end. Ever, ever, ever. It keeps going. Mirroring. Involuting, evoluting. It keeps going on and on and on. And that's you. So intense. God is good. So yeah. God could have said the source made that decision ultimately, right? Had to have. Or else we wouldn't have been created. And the source knew all things before time. He's pre-existing. So before all things, he is, right? I am. And after all things. So his plan, his story, his script, like the scripture, the prophetical timeline was already written. He spoke his word. It's unchanging. So he decided we would be in this. He decided we would come here. But because of free will, right? Even though he created a destined point of return for us, he allowed us to fate ourselves through all of it. So I believe we chose in the spiritual to do this. And maybe some of us fell on purpose to help bring the rest of us back up. Maybe some of us fell by being deceived. Or trying to get back in good graces. It doesn't matter how or why or any of that. It matters you're here now. And it matters that you get back home, back to where you need to go. Back where you belong, and you know you don't belong here. I know you know that by now. You have to. You have to. Why would you make us? Well, that's not necessarily true. We are the observer and the children. That's the thing. We can't make declarative statements as if we know for absolute fact what we are, where we are, and all of this. We know what we know, or what we think we know, and that's it. You can't say we are not this or we are that for sure. You don't know. And we are observing ourselves. We do it when we meditate. So why wouldn't we be doing it in the higher realms? As above, so below. See what I'm saying? You have to think logically about all of this. We're a triune being, just like the Father. Right? We are the angels. We are the humans. We are God. Maybe some looked into the mirror and their light was too dark, or light was too bright and they fell to the darkness. Wow, that's pretty deep right there. What is it? Everyone. And then Clownada. That's funny. All right. Well, look, guys, I love you, man, so much. I just want to empower you a little bit, give you some positivity after all that negativity, right? We're now going into December, the month of December. Please donate and support to the channel. We're viewer powered. I don't sell products or nothing like that. None of that bullshit that everybody else does. Gold coins, survival food. Don't do it. We have subscriptions. You can get one. And you look in the description. It gives you all the details, man. But everybody who donates and supports gets the upgraded Discord role. Even if they don't get a subscription, they can watch the private shows and shit on Discord. Or you can get I have 3 options for the subscription now for all of that. And it's basically General, VIP, and MVP, we'll call the other one. And it's $25, $35, or $50 a month if you want to do it. Each one of them have a little bit more to offer. VIP will get you into the weekly private, studies. The 50 gives you the one-on-one, but there's so much more than that. Unveiling the mystery series, private series, which I'll be doing a new one either tomorrow or the next day. All of our band playlist content, hundreds of hours of our uncensored shows, hundreds. As well as our band playlist with all of the videos we had strikes on and all of that, man. Like, there's so much. You can get merch. Every 3 months you get a new merch item. Discounts on tarot readings. You're entered to win a free personal tarot reading. Every week you have a chance to win, right? As well as being able to, be a part of, you get, the speaking privileges, priority speaker, and our chats and shit. Like, dude, I can go on and on. Any blogs I drop, anything. I'm going to start putting shout outs and shit, like on a graphic for the end of the shows for everybody that supports. If you'd like to book a tarot reading, they're $50. All you do is just text 513-393-2396 or email therealbestdampodcast@gmail.com. If you want to see, if I'm for you, I have a couple videos up now of, me reading tarot. Anybody who's had a reading from me, please, let people know what you thought of it. And be honest, let people know what you thought of it. That way they can have an idea if they want one. I think I'm good, but who knows, right? We also have guests, right? We're going to start putting extended. I'm going to get Lee Austin on this. I don't know if he's going to be able to come this week or by Monday, but can you have one, John? What do you mean? Can you have a tarot reading? Or what? What are you trying to want one of? Yeah, you can have a tarot reading if you buy it. Yeah, you can have as many as you want if you buy them. I don't even know who your real name is. I don't recognize that screen name. that well. So, Purging Hardcore again. That's great. A reading? Of course you can have a reading. All you do is pay the $50 on PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, or through Facebook Messenger Pay, and just put tarot reading, and then text that number and say, "Hi, I'm Jack, and I just bought a reading," and we'll set it up within 1 week of the day you paid. But here's the thing. Right now, I don't have readings going on. I'll try to get you in, immediately. Obviously, I just do the 1 week thing in case I can't get you in that day or the next day. But I like to do it as soon as possible. Rachel Stuhlperger was our winner for the weekly tarot this week, which I'll be doing Rachel's probably within the next 24, 48 hours, so she can tell you how good it is, and we'll be announcing another winner. We're going to start doing the weekends, the uncensored private content, and we'll start announcing the winners on the uncensored shows and all that. Man, we got so much, man, right now. I don't know if is anybody else, is it just me? I know I'm super wrapped up in my work and shit, is it just me, or are we just we're dropping so much content right now. We're doing so many things. It's awesome. Our community is so cool. You join our Discord. It's free to join. It's nothing but people posting just the craziest links, the coolest shit, people talking. We're constantly doing private shows over there, and just, man, I feel like we really are doing cool things here, Looking forward? Yes, me too. Yeah. We are constantly making new ideas, new creations, and Justin does a lot of this content with me. Matter of fact, the reason I haven't been doing a lot with Justin the last couple of days, for one, I wanted to get the tarot, and because we have so many different looks, right? We have these kind of shows. We have the shows with Justin and I. We have the private ones, the Unveiling the Mysteries, where we talk about text and all of that. It goes on and on and on. And I want to bring you guys something new and fresh each and every day, a new and different experience. We're going to start putting out a show schedule too. December is going to be far more organized. We were experimenting with a lot of new stuff in November, and making changes, trying to get Justin in things more, and just making new things. But December is going to be more organized, hopefully by the first week we can have, schedule, and I'm upgrading the different roles. And remember, if you have not, got access for December, you will need that, because I change the roles and I change the Dropbox every month. Right? So if you and say you donated on the 20th of November, I'm not going to do you dirty. You know what I mean? I will let you go on to, I will give you a full month. I'm not going to screw you, but you need to let me know if something like that happens. If I change your role or something, and you, but for the most part, everybody needs the support for December. Or you can join us on Patreon as well. If you join us on Patreon, there's a little bit more on Patreon, to keep it real, because you get the merch too. Starting at $25, it's a coffee mug is what I think you get first. A coffee mug. And you get a new merch item every 3 months, which I pay for, not you. I pay for those. Because I thank you for joining us over there. And everything always gets posted to Patreon first, as far as private content, everything, YouTube channel memberships. I'm going to be reorganizing the tiers as far as those go. So there's that. Facebook fan subscriptions. Facebook never pays me, but it is what it is. So, if it's under 25 though, man, we're going to stick to the subscriptions from now on. So, because Justin has to get paid too, guys, and We have to run a business also. I know that sucks and all that shit, and I shouldn't have to explain it, but people give me a hard time about this stuff. They're like, you shouldn't sell knowledge, evil. And it's like, dude, I only make 100 hours of content a week, and I give away 90 hours of it. So, come on, man. Be nice to me. Be nice to me. You wish you knew how to get there? You would like to see this? Thanks. You can't share it here? Huh. I'm not sure what you're talking about, bud. There is a Discord link in the description. Here, I'll show you guys here. There's a Discord link in the description. The PayPal links and all that stuff is down there too. Yeah, everybody's leaving now. They're like, oh, he's asking for money. I'm out. You can get merch also. That also helps us if you buy merch. Yeah, right here. See down here in the description, bud? Go down here and then look. Yeah, there we go. See? It's telling you the details. These are the little packages. It lists everything you get right here for each one and the price. And then gives you the information, the email, the phone number. And then down here, PayPal, blah, blah, blah. And then there's Discord right there. You just go in. Click this. See, we almost got 1,000. We got 934. And then boom. Just walk on in to the Discord, and anybody else who needs in Discord or having trouble, you might pay attention to this too. I won't make it long. Oh shit! No. Hold on, guys. It's because I use this shitty app. Here, let me do it this way. There we go. There we go. And then, boom. Whoops. Right here, buddy. You go here, the main BDP chat, lobby, main gathering. It always takes everybody to the main chat room, but you can see on the side here, guys, look at this. We have 1 billion rooms. 1 billion rooms for different topics and shit. And then we have the audio, the radio room right here, like if I want to do audio shows. And then right here, guys, Best Damn Fam Live right at the top. That's our video and all of that. And you'll see over here on the side, see Stool Perger in red? That means she's Best Damn Fam. So, yeah. You just go in here and you click on this to join the private shows when it's time, or you can go right through the links that I post and join through those. And if you miss those live and you have a subscription, if you don't have a subscription, you don't get it. You have to catch it live. If you miss those live, you can text me and just put links. Text 513-393-2396 and put links. And I'm not gonna, if I'm doing 3 or 4 private shows a week and shit like that, guys, I'm not sending out links every single day, so people can stop with that shit. I will send them out, weekly or something, because that's a lot of work. Alright, brilliant, thanks, cool, great. All hooked together by an app. You are 5G? Huh? Check your phones. Phoenix, I don't know what the fuck your crazy ass is talking about, homie. Don't know what you're talking about, but I love you anyways. Alright, thank you, Chris Farrier, Phoenix I Am, Converse, Diane Livermore, Melanie Geis, I think, Shelly Philippi, Odette, Stool Perger, Wide Awake and Angry, OK Nights for Life, Shirley Graham. Man, Shirley, you've been watching since I started. That's so crazy to see you're still around. Seriously, I think Shirley, was you watching me when I was just on Spreaker? Daxanthios Stoner. I'm sorry if I messed it up. Wade the Scrapper. See some new names tonight too. That's cool. Hey, y'all can check me out on TikTok too. TikTok at The Best Damn Podcast. And Instagram at Best Damn Podcast. Twitter at The Real Best Damn. And then our Facebook page is facebook.com/Best Damn Podcast. So, yeah, go check those out as well, please. Graceful Heart, Eric, Ibu, Elliot. I see you, bro. You're here. Teodora Christopher. I see you too, Tia. Awesome, man. Awesome. I love you guys. So, yeah, I really want to speak power and blessings into your life and abundance into your life. And I hope that, and I know that you are abundant. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are wise. You are everything. So you lack nothing. I speak protection into your life, love into your life, all the honor, all the glory, all the greatness that you seek, and, balance, wholeness, unity, and to be in alignment with your higher good, your purpose, your meaning, and all things that you do to have meaning. I want you guys to have the most deepest loves. I want you guys to have the hugest passion and just to be on fire for life and on fire for one another. I just want that for you, and I speak that for you, and I know that will happen for you because we are running this shit. We are running this shit. Thank you guys. All right, please hit the like if you're in the chat or you catch us on the flip side. Leave a comment after the video is over. Please, please, please. Everybody make sure to comment. Share this link. Get it out there. I probably will be taking this video down very soon. I'll try to leave it up for an hour or two so you can watch. But yeah, it's pretty intense. And subscribe. Make sure you click the bell and put all for the notifications to get them all. Make sure you subscribe both YouTube channels and the other platforms. And yeah, please guys, donate and support. Give just to give, or get a subscription, book a tarot reading. All right, guys, remember Jesus is the truth, the way, and the life. God bless you all. I love you, and I will see you next time. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Peace.
To Virginia Tech, ayy. Got the chopper just to make them wet, ayy. Dynamite around my vest, ayy. We G59 terrorists, ayy. Keep throwing threats, and I'll keep yawning like a cigarette. You just keep on talking, watch where you tread, just watch where you walking. I'm from Vietnam, Lebanon, everywhere. The smell is there, the so familiar. I'm that silhouette, that all black figure. Great digger, great killer, little cutthroat. Drag him to the river, watch his fucking body float. It's just my dumb luck.